Samsung actually did it. We got the folding phones we've been waiting for. The Z Fold 7 is way thinner than the Z Fold 6, and when it's closed, it feels almost like a normal phone. The Z Flip 7 has a cover screen that goes edge to edge. It's everything we've always wanted. But you don't get something for nothing, and in this case, that something is $2,000 for the Fold 7. That's like 2 phones. You can buy 2 phones and just do that. So let's back up a little bit. Samsung first launched the Fold in 2019 and had this really long, narrow shape, kind of remote control-ish. And ever since then, every generation, they added a few millimeters here and kind of stretched it, made it wider, but it didn't feel meaningfully different until now. So the cover screen is actually wider, and when the phone is closed, it feels so much more like a regular slab style phone. The inner screen is 8 inches now, which is up from 7.6, and the whole phone is way thinner. It's 8.9 millimeters when it's folded, which is about as thick as the S25 Ultra, and it is barely wider than the USB-C port when it's unfolded. Like, there is no room to make this thing any smaller. The difference is dramatic when you're holding it. It just feels like a normal phone, and that seems kind of obvious, but I'm just gonna keep saying it. But the bad news, it's $19.99. This is actually $100 more than the Z Fold 6, which was $100 more than the Z Fold 5, so you can see where we're going here. This is definitely a luxury product. You do get a lot for your $2,000 though. You get a Snapdragon 8 Elite 4 Galaxy chipset. There's still a 4400 milliamp hour battery. You get a 200 megapixel main camera. And Samsung finally gave up on the under display inner camera, which wasn't very good. And they just went with a regular one, and that was the right idea. But this is still a $2,000 phone. Just gonna repeat that in case you missed it. There's better news if you're a Flip fan. The Z Flip 7 still costs $10.99, and you actually get some really good upgrades this time. The cover screen finally goes edge to edge. The previous version used this like file folder type of shape that went around the cameras. Now it's a proper 4.1 inch screen compared to 3.4 inches, so there's more room to scroll around on Google Maps or type out a text. And this is how Motorola's flip phones have worked, and it's kind of what Samsung should have done all along, if you ask me. But they did it now, and there's more screen, so better late than never. The inner screen is a little wider too. You get a bigger battery. It's a 4300 milliamp versus 4000, and this time around you can use Gemini on the cover screen, and there's even support for Samsung's DeX, so you can plug it into a monitor and use it like a little tiny computer. And I love that for the 20 people who use DeX. On the downside, you do get a Samsung Exynos processor, which are not known for being as powerful as the Snapdragon chipsets. So there is one more flip phone this year. It's the Flip 7 FE, which stands for Fan Edition. It uses that older file folder screen shape and also has an Exynos chipset, so make of that what you will. But it costs less. It's $8.99. Motorola makes a flip phone that's $6.99. I don't know. We'll see. I'll try it out. Can't say it's the most memorable phone. Kind of forgot about it when I was writing this script, so but here it is, and I'm gonna test it out. Overall, I'm really into the changes that Samsung made this year. The Z Fold, $2,000, but it's always been kind of a luxury item, and now it feels like it's really nice to use. I had a hard time putting it down. And the Flip finally has a big cover screen. I love running full apps on the cover screen. It's totally chaotic. I think it's beautiful, and I'm so excited I can do that on Samsung's phone now. The weird thing is that Samsung teased these phones as Ultra and didn't end up calling either of them an Ultra. They're just sort of imbued with the spirit of an Ultra phone, and sure, Samsung. I honestly think that more than Ultra, they just seem right. Like, these just feel like the phones they were supposed to be from the beginning. So I'm really looking forward to testing them both, and you should definitely stay tuned for more.
said testing them both.
Testing them both?
No, I just think it's funny that I think you forgot the FE.
Oh my god, I forgot it again. God damn it. Testing them all. All three.